In this part of the video, we're going to look at the histogram we've got, and we're going to say, if we didn't have the table to start with, how could we work out the frequency? Now this is still question 3 in the book on page 134. Now if we look at the first bar here, along the bottom, it's got a width of a half, and it's got a height of 16. So the area of that first bar is base times by height. Half times 16. And the answer to half of 16 is 8. So that would be the frequency. And if we check back on the table that we had earlier for this question, the frequency there was 8. So if we look, for example, at this one here, this has got a width along here from 1 to 3 of 2. It's got a height up here from 0 up to 7. Actually, it's 7.5, not 7, 7.5. So the area of this bar, 2 times by 7.5 is 15. That means the frequency for that bit was 15. And if we look back at the table we had earlier, for that bar, the frequency was 15. Now there are some questions in the book like this. If you look in question 1 on page 135, okay, we've got a histogram given to us here. The rest of the question is over the page, and the first part of the first question says, how many leaves had a length less than 6? And what you need to do is look at the histogram and do a similar sort of sum. If you look here, now please don't do this yourself, but this is a teacher book, I'm just going to do some shading in here. That bit there, that's a block that's less than 6, and then this block here is also less than 6. And what we've got to do is work out the area of each of these blocks. So this block here, if I just sketch out this block, it's 4 along and it's a half up. So the area of that block is 4 times by a half. The area of that block is 2. This block here, if I sketch this block out, it's got from 4 to 6, it's 2 wide, and it goes up halfway between 1 and 1.5, so it's 1.25. The area of that block, 2 1 1/4, is 2.5. So that must mean there are 2.5 people, or leaves, which doesn't really make sense. So there are 2.5 leaves there, less than 6. But if we put together the 2.5 and here and the 2 here, that means there are 4.5 people altogether. Sorry, leaves rather, not people. 4.5 leaves which had a length of less than 6. Anyway, leaving that question, which seems to have a slightly strange result about half leaves, which shouldn't really happen, what I want you to do today is this. On page 136, you or we together have done question 3. What I would like you to do is to continue from there. So first off is to do question 4. Now the first thing you'll have to do on question 4 is to create 2 new columns, a width column and a height column. And when you've got the height worked out, then you can go and work out how to draw the histogram itself. Remember, the key thing, the height will be the frequency divided by the width. And once you've done question 4, can you continue working through on the next page, question 5 and question 6, and so on through the exercise. The exercise does go on for a long, long time. There's plenty of work there for you to do. So from this textbook, the page number we had was, typical, I've just gone and lost the page number myself, so I don't know what it is. Here we are, page 136. Page 136 and question 4, the one at the bottom, if you could work from there. Off you go.